This one's only 3 minutes and 45 seconds long, but it covers the last, I think these are called mukbangs, that Foodie Beauty did. And apparently, this is how she makes her money now, is by getting a bunch of people with fat fetishes to watch her channel and watch her pork out. She wants to say, I think it comes later after she's eaten one of these patties already, that this is a normal portion size for. Here's the thing, and I think this happened probably in the 90s, that they started selling plates to try and make the dinners that you serve look like they came from fancy restaurants, where you kind of put everything in the middle and you have a lot of space on the side for your plate to be displayed, right? So she's using these like oversized plates that are much larger than the regular plates that we used to use back 80s prior, right? Which, by the way, those are the kind of plates that I eat on. As these are the kind of plates I put out for like Thanksgiving. When I want a meal to look fancy. But when I'm just serving out normal portions, I don't use something this large. I should probably also add that my brother discovered that he had diabetes a couple of years ago, right? And my brother is incredibly athletic and very thin. He discovered that he had child onset diabetes. I imagine that she has adult onset diabetes, but the problem is very similar. You need insulin, right? You've got to treat it. I think it's a little easier to treat if it's adult onset, because my grandfather had that, and he didn't have to like inject himself with anything. He just took pills for it. But what she's doing here is trying to convince herself, because she knows she can't convince her audience. She's trying to convince herself that this is normal and healthy. And I can tell you straight up that as soon as my brother eats too much of something, which is pretty infrequent, he watches his diet very closely. But once in a while, he'll want to have something that maybe is not on the list, and he'll have a little bit of it. He ends up going running. I don't think she can do that, right? He goes running to burn off the calories, to get his insulin back to a normal level. And this is a man who formerly ran marathons, and at one point when he and his wife were living in Seattle, he ran all the way around this one lake. It was like 100-mile type thing where he's trying to do this extreme running challenge. That dude is fit, right? She doesn't have the option to go running if she eats the wrong thing. And even if she did some low-level shit, like go on a treadmill or, like a stationary bike or something like that, I don't think she could get it done. But let's see. This is only 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And I've seen something like 4 or 5 videos just this morning covering this last mukbang that she did. trying to explain that putting out 2 hamburger patties, which equals 6 ounces of red meat, next to a half of a sweet potato, which, if you've ever cooked potatoes, you know sweet potatoes are rather large. A half is okay for a single meal. But then she also has an oversized bowl of coleslaw. The coleslaw is slathered in mayonnaise, and the 2 patties, which she's thinking that, okay, well, I didn't put them in buns, so I'm probably fine, right? They are also slathered in mayonnaise and mustard and other various things. One of the channels I watched tried to calculate out, make estimations of what this meal actually is, and calculated it out to over 1,300 calories. And the other thing is, she's saying she's doing 1 meal a day, but she has also done some videos of her grocery hauls that have an enormous amount of snacks that by the end of the week, she says, we're out of groceries. Well, how is that fucking possible? Did you go through all that chocolate? Did you go through all those snacks? I mean, I saw your head of cabbage. Did you make a soup with that? Like, what'd you do with that? Because obviously you're not showing us everything you're eating. This is a complete lie. There is no way she's doing 1 meal a day. Because if it was 1 meal a day and it was only 1,300 plus calories, she would be losing weight. I don't know that it would necessarily help her diabetes problem, but it would be enough to send her in the right direction for losing weight, as long as she's also downing a lot of water with this. She tries to leave the impression that she's doing that by putting a couple of bottles on the table. When I was doing my FitnessPal back in like 2011, I think it was 2010, 2011, I was shooting for like 1,250 calories in a single day. And I looked at all the local restaurants near my work. I measured out things, that I could eat at home. And I also calculated in the exercise that I did. Because exercise that you do can count as subtracting calories. I've burned these calories today, right? I had one of those trackers on my arm at all times that showed how many steps I took throughout the day. I worked very hard and I lost a lot of weight. I lost, during that particular stretch, I think I lost 60 pounds. But she's making no real effort here. She's like, I'm just going to make some money eating food in front of people who have weird fucking fetishes and enjoy watching this. And in front of people who are horrified by it, like watching train wrecks, and are concerned for her well-being. That's where we are.
Hi. So today I have a homemade meal. I made some coleslaw. I have half of a sweet potato baked with a tiny bit, like a little sliver of butter. I didn't put any salt or pepper though, but whatever. 2 grass-fed beef patties, yellow mustard. I have some sauteed onions underneath, you can't see them. Jalapeno, mayo, and yellow mustard, and a whole bunch of seasonings. Like non-salt ones, they're like herbs and spices.
Goddamn, Chantel, can you please learn how to chew your food with your mouth closed? Why are you in such a goddamn hurry? Chew with your mouth closed. It's fucking disgusting. Have you no table manners whatsoever?
Okay. So I know people are going to criticize my half of a potato. Now the reason I include these things in moderation are so that I don't binge later, because
Piggy, I don't think it was necessary to do that lipstick fucking filter on her. She already looks bad enough as she does. That was some stupidity there, because it just looks like, when you react channels get out there and you're trying to bring up the point that she's eating too much, it does not help if you're trying to also put filters on her and make her look like shit. She already looks like shit. She needs no help. Come on.
I find if I just have like meat with some kind of watery vegetable that has no calories, and I'm just starving in like an hour, and I'm like, potatoes and like squash and things like that are high in fiber are so fit. Anyways, Beauty Bite, let's try the grass-fed beef. Very yummy.
Wow.
Garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of Himalayan. So now you're like, there's room for a vegetable here. I was lazy. I find cutting vegetables so annoying.
Why?
Supposed to go to a doctor tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how that goes. I know a lot of you are curious about the healthcare system here. I should say going back to a doctor, because I have seen a doctor a few times here for different things. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing that. Nothing else a whole lot new in my life. We brought Julia for her nail trim. Usually go about every 3 weeks. She had her bath today too.
Oh my God.
I mean, I just grew up celebrating it, but I never really knew the meaning. I just thought it was a day to be thankful. Then I learned about the kind of dark history about it. Now I have a different perspective and like support Aboriginal people, so I don't think I would celebrate anyway. No offense if you do. I love these birds.
Oh my God, Chantal. Thanksgiving was actually started in two different villages. One was in the New England area, and one was down by Virginia. So they don't know which one started first. And the whole story behind it of sharing a meal with the Native Americans is bullshit. This was just them getting together and having a day where they celebrate their harvest. And you can make it into like an anti Native American Day all you want, but that's not what it is. The more important holiday to cancel is Columbus Day. But Thanksgiving is generally a very generic holiday for families and friends to get together and share a meal and be thankful for everything in their life. Like, get the fuck over yourself, you fat bitch.
Burgers, even better without the bread, honestly.
Sure, Jan.
I mean, I don't miss the bread.
Right, I'm sure.
Well, I know some people are going to be like, that could feed my family of 5 for 2 days. Okay, so what do? Like, give your family a piece like this?
Wow. That could feed my family of 5 for 2 days. Well, yeah, I suppose if you like took some hamburger helper and took all of that red meat and made it into basically like a pasta casserole, it could. But you basically just ate the main ingredient for several other recipes. Um, it's all red meat, and you slathered it in mayonnaise, which is disgusting. That's like I know you're Canadian, but that's like such an American bullshit thing to do. They do it in some South American countries too, and I think France. But mayonnaise is not exactly healthy, for fuck's sake. It's literally oil whipped up with raw egg. That's mayonnaise. So I don't know what you're thinking there by putting all that shit all over your red meat. I don't think you should be online at all. I don't think you should be online. I don't think Amber Lynn Reed should be online. I don't think Eugenia Cooney should be online. I think you're all dangerous to children. And for the adults that watch you, they're either looking for a train wreck or they have some sort of fetish. I don't think this is healthy at all.